Hey everyone, hope you're doing well this week. So, welcome to my weekly video updates. I want to say that season 5 is now over, and I just released my final episode of that season this week, and it features Vietnamese American poet Joshua Nguyen, who is based in Houston, Texas, and is currently attending the University of Mississippi as a PhD candidate. And he has been, writing poetry for several years now, and I knew him in early 20. I knew him back in early 2020 through Diacritics, which is founded by Viet Am, and we connected. And I want to say that I'm a fan of his poetry. I'm a fan of what he's been doing. A fan of him as a person. So uh, he's got an upcoming book coming out in October 5th called Come Clean. Come Clean is going to explore his issues of diaspora, identity conflicts, childhood sexual trauma, and sexuality. And this is his full length book that he's releasing for the first time. And previously, he releases micro chapbook. A micro chapbook is usually about this big, and they're like 20 pages long, but it's a poetry collection or a mixtape as he would call it. And I would also highly encourage you to get that. It's already out, and you can go to his website and go to his Instagram. And I want to say that I'm looking forward to getting my copy of Come Clean, and it's gonna come out this October. You can pre-order it on Barnes and Noble. You can also go to his Instagram, his website, and I'll tag his name along too, so you can get your copy. And I want to say that I really enjoyed my interview with him. He was, refreshing. He was funny. He was just really a very thoughtful person, and someone whose work I also support. And it's very um, reassuring to see so many Southeast Asian writers and artists, uh, you know, s- sharing their work and telling their stories, uh, and giving us more than just the stories of the refugee trauma, but really telling the kind of stories that we are currently living in, and what it means to be uh, an Asian American, what it means to live in the diaspora, what that all encompasses. So I'm very proud of being able to interview folks like him, and um, and other creatives in my episodes. So hope you get a chance to check it out this week. And so with that said, I will be moving right on to season 6, because I think it'll be a little bit easier for me to make that transition, because I've been working on season 6 all summer. I've been interviewing a number of guests. Um, I want to say that there will be a preview of what season 6 is going to be about. I will close out and share my closing notes on season 5 in my closeout slash preview trailer this Sunday. So just check it out. Um, I will tell you that season 6 theme is going to be called Unfinished Business. So find out what that means. And I also want to say thank you to all of my guests on season 5. I gotta say, I really enjoyed interviewing and centering my focus on the LGBTQ Asian community members, and each one of them have brought so much to the table, and so much of their stories and their work in front of us. And I hope you get a chance to listen to it. If you haven't gotten a chance to listen to them, I hope that you take the hour out of your day, whether you're going out for a jog, or going out for a drive, road trip, or having sex. I'm sorry, I don't think you need to. I don't think anyone needs to do that. um, anyways, uh, I just want to say that I'm very excited about season 6, and I think after this season, I'll just have to kind of reconsider like when my hiatus of recording episodes is going to take place, because I know um, after going nonstop for the past several months, I'm thinking about more of my own self care, and also the quality of my content. It's been kind of hard to put these episodes each week, especially with the work that it creates for me and what it requires. So I gotta say to like any podcasters going into it, just be very mindful of your own self care, and be mindful of your own bandwidth in this work, because it's not just a simple record and upload and get it out there. There's a lot of work that goes into this work, and also building the audience that you need. Um, and I think that this is something I'll be, thinking more deeply about to, share with folks, because I've been getting a lot of questions about how to start a podcast, what it requires, and what that experience is like. And there's a lot to share with, um, on my journey. So, in that case, yeah. But I'm looking forward to season 6, and there's gonna be new episodes throughout fall each week. So I'm excited, and I hope you're excited to listen to these upcoming guests. I also want to share my thoughts about what's been going on in Afghanistan, and I just want to say that I'm in solidarity with the Afghan people. My heart is really with this community that's suffering right now, that's in imminent danger. And just watching the video of the Afghan people just desperately trying to get on that last flight was heartbreaking. And it was a familiar it was a familiar scene that evokes memories of the fall of Saigon, when Vietnamese people were trying to get on that last helicopter out of the U.S. embassy, and just heartbreaking images. And it's also a familiar trauma that Cambodian, Lao, and Hmong folks went through. I also want to point out that the experiences of Southeast Asians are different than what's going on in Afghanistan. And I really want to, at least make sure that, we're not centering too much of our own history in today's reality with the Afghan people. I do want to say that it is familiar trauma for us, when we see what's going on, and when we look at the parallels of the failed U.S. interventionist policies that set the stage for what is happening now in Afghanistan. And then we've seen what has happened in Southeast Asia in the aftermath of the failed US led governments that were handpicked. And these handpicked folks were corrupted, incompetent, and were not equipped to deal with the resistance. And here we are again dealing with this from 1975 to now 2021. And it's incredibly upsetting. So I know that there's many in the refugee communities that have been saying a lot about this experience, and I just hope that we are going to be in solidarity with the Afghanistan community and other refugee communities in Syria and Iraq and many others who are dealing with this violence right now, and how can we be best supportive. So one of the few things that I'm reading about is, like, contact your local elected officials. I just contacted U.S. Senators Dick Durbin and Timmy Duckworth, who are my representatives, and Congressman Sean Casten, who represents my district. So make that phone call. Urge that they expand the refugee cap, and ensure that the rescue operation is prioritized to get as many of the Afghan people and U.S. citizens out of the way and into safer territory. Um, yeah, and I also want to say, listen to the journalists, the Afghan journalists, the storytellers, the community members who are on the front lines sharing their stories right now in harm's way. I think it's important to understand the context and the nuances of what is happening, and also understand many of the why questions, because I'm seeing this question of why are the Afghan armies who were trained by the US government so quick to surrender to the Taliban? Why did it fail as quick as it did? These are questions that I don't have the full answers to, because I'm still going through it. But I do want to say that there is more than meets the eye, and it's important that we understand that history and how we got there, and why we are seeing similar histories happening again. and what does this all mean? Because there's reasons as to why the destabilization, I can't even talk right now, why we are seeing this unfold, and what does that mean when we are forming our own opinions about U.S. intervention, what it means to elect our officials who are making these decisions. So that's very important to understand. And I think that's also another way that you can help out is to be informed and to start these dialogues. Another thing that you can also do is look up local refugee organizations in your community to volunteer and to donate, or to donate money, donate essential resources, your time, and I would look that up, because I hope that as we start to bring in more of these refugees, that we are also positioning ourselves to find ways to be supportive and to help them be in a place of healing. Um, because for the Southeast Asian refugees who came to the U.S., our parents and relatives, grandparents weren't given those opportunities. They had to go right to work, like once they arrived, and I think there needs to be spaces for them to heal. And um, as families of refugees, and as working for the Cambodian Museum for a number of years now, um, it's I want to say that I have a lot of gratitude for the people that have the sponsors and the organizations and agencies that have helped my families and our families get situated and position us to not only survive but also help their kids, people like myself, to find their voice. And I hope that our communities can, be supportive in what's going on now, because it's very important to make sure that we do our part, and and uh, and really think about um, how we can help these communities find their place of healing. So with that said, it's kind of a draining experience for a lot of us, watching this, and I hope that you find time to give yourself some grace and also be motivated to take on a call to action on this. So, but anyways, I hope that you're doing well and staying safe, and I want to say thank you so much for tuning in, and talk to you soon.